The Building Bridges program has now been running for about 7 years. We now have about 30 schools in 4 different regions of Melbourne. So we've estimated that we've graduated around about 1,500 students in year 10 and 11 over that time. It's been an amazing program to be part of. I've got a real passion for this whole concept of bridging different values and faith backgrounds together. And it's something that I enjoy. I get a real stimulation about just being part of the program and seeing the kids interact, and it's a wonderful experience to be part of, and I'm really pleased to be the co-director of the program for this year. The overall aims of the Building Bridges program are to bridge those disconnects, to actually enhance interfaith dialogue amongst teenagers, to share similarities, but also to respect the many differences that are out there between the different faiths.
Building Bridges is a fantastic program, and as a teacher it's been one of the most enriching programs that I've been involved in. I hope that as we journey together this year through the program, that you too will get to know each other and experience the great opportunities that Building Bridges offers. Each time we come together there's different aims for the session, and I'm just going to go through the aims for tonight and the things that you'll be focusing on. The aim of session 1 is to create a safe and respectful environment for everyone to begin sharing their personal experience of their faith and values with each other. And crucial in the building of any bridge is the laying of foundations, so deep within the solid ground on either side of the divide. Without firm foundations, a bridge will not sustain the weight of those who cross it. When building bridges of trust and understanding, the foundations must be laid in safe ground, clear of inappropriate debris that may damage these important structures. These foundations are created by the participants as a group, creating a safe and respectful environment for all. To do this, you are encouraged to decide within your groups on basic ground rules or agreements regarding attitudes, behaviour and language used with each other during the sessions, as well as parameters and comments made outside the groups to outsiders, i.e. confidentiality. This environment is particularly important in the Building Bridges program, as it involves considerable personal sharing.
Hi everyone, so my name's Alexandra Reid, or Ali if you like, and I'm a proud grammarian. So ever since year 7 I've always been involved in extracurricular activities, and when the chance came up to do Building Bridges last year, I really couldn't turn it down. I was brought up in an atheist family, but from my high school experience, when it started, I decided that I was actually agnostic. So coming into Building Bridges, I honestly had no idea about any religions because religion wasn't a big part of my childhood. It was extremely daunting coming to a group of about 9 or 10 other girls that I'd never really met before. So for the first couple sessions, I didn't really say much. I was just really taking in what everybody else was saying. But by the end of about the 3rd session, they couldn't get me to be quiet. I just had so many questions, and it was just amazing to see all these religions in the one space. Although Caulfield is linked to the Anglican Church, we do welcome the involvement of people from any religious background. I found that last year's experience was so rewarding that when Mr. Barton came up to me about 3 weeks ago and asked me if I wanted to do Building Bridges again, I said yes, of course. It's such a great opportunity and you meet lifelong friends. I've got my group from last year and I see them at least twice a month. It's just such a great opportunity, so I hope you all have fun tonight. Thank you.
I was raised in a Buddhist background. My parents are from Sri Lanka, and most people in Sri Lanka are Buddhists, and it's quite a religious society, but relative to ours anyway. And so they raised me as a Buddhist, I guess, and I went to temple as a child. I prayed with them. But as I got older, I guess, I kind of, my faith was challenged a little bit, and I slowly kind of became an atheist. So it wasn't just a sudden thing. It wasn't like I woke up one day and, oh no, I'm an atheist. But it was a very gradual process. So, as I grew up, I started thinking about, I guess the values that they brought me up with. And I just realized that I would rather live by my own moral values rather than a different moral code. So yeah, I'm looking forward to hearing all of your perspectives, and I'm looking forward to the program and the pizza downstairs. And yeah, so thanks everyone.
Assalamu alaikum everyone. My name is Arman Haq and I'm a Muslim here at Colville Grammar School. I thought actually a lot about what I could tell you in this brief 2 minutes, and I thought I'd just give you a brief outline on what I really think Islam is. Well, basically, what we talk about in Islam is that we have one true God, which is summed up in the Holy Quran, which is presented by the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. We believe that there's only one true God, that God is the one who has been given us all that we have, that's created the earth, and throughout the time which time has existed, he sent down prophets. Now, we believe that there have been hundreds of prophets being sent down, sending the message of God, and we already know the names of a lot of them. For example, there's Noah. In the Quran, we know him as Nuh, which we know him in Arabic terms. Many of you know his story of the miracle of building the boat, grabbing all the animals, and surviving the Great Flood. Another one of the prophets you may remember is Jesus. We know him as Isa, and many of you know the story of his miracle birth and the miracles he brought during his life, even to the extent of bringing those back from the dead. Many of you also know of the prophet Moses, which we know as Musa, who was living in Egypt, and the miracle of the illusions which he brought to the people, and ultimately freeing the Bani Israel, or the people of Israel. Now, and also finally, the prophet which many of you may not have heard as much of, or maybe have heard a lot of, is the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. He was the final prophet which sent down by God, and from that we base a lot of what we practice on. And to him was presented the Quran, which is written in Arabic and which to this day has remained unchanged. So being a Muslim in Caulfield Grammar School, I can't imagine it'd be much more different being a Muslim anywhere else. Really, Islam is a religion which isn't based on culture. It's based on what you practice, and if you stick to these practices, then really, you can really practice your religion anywhere. The 5 main pillars of Islam, which is what all Muslims are intended to practice, is Iman, belief in God, Salah, which is daily worship, we go through regular charity once a year, we have to go to Hajj, which is a pilgrimage, and we have to fast once every year. And really, those things you can do anywhere in the world. So really, being a Muslim here, it doesn't really restrict me doing any of that. At school, I say my prayers here in the chapel. Mr. Barden has thankfully generously allowed us to have an area to keep our prayer carpets, keep our hijabs for my sister in the corner of the room. And we actually have 7 practicing Muslims at the school at the moment. Last year, I was part of the Building Bridges program, and really being in this has taught me a lot more about not only other people's religions, other people's beliefs and values, but really about how I fit into the entire picture. So I really hope all of you, those people who are coming back, those people I knew, really have a lot to look forward to. And really, if you're unsure of now, just get rid of all those feelings, because you're going to go through a really great time during your time at the Building Bridges program. So thank you.
Building Bridge program is very international, and we can know lots of different faiths in the same time. Yeah, which is great. That's all.
Yeah. Well, the program is a really nice program to meet people from different backgrounds and cultures, and to see the similarities and differences that everyone has.
We all generally have a belief in something that we hold on to, but we have some differences as well, but I think the differences are what bring us together, in a sense.
I think it's just important to get like a bit more of a grasp on other people's beliefs instead of just being fixated on what you've been brought up with and so on and so forth. So like, if you understand what other people believe in, you can understand other people themselves a lot better.
So I just hope to build relationships with the people that I meet here, and I hope to understand their culture, their religion better.
I think once leaving Dumbbell and going into a university that has different religions there, it will be great just to know the similarities and differences between different religions. So it'll be easier to make friends and just to make sure that, not to be disrespectful to them.
I've learned that we're all the same, whether you've got people come from Islamic backgrounds, Jewish backgrounds, Catholic backgrounds. I think, we're all the same. We all love the same movies. We all love the same sport, same songs. And that's what I've learned so far from building bridges. So I can't wait to start interacting and learn more about everyone. So
wonderful.
Thank you.
I actually have learned a lot so far, just over this short meal.
Would anyone like to say what they've learned?
When I'm older, I won't find myself stereotyping people or judging people on first appearances or what I just know of them. So I'll get to know them as, just people like myself.
I've learned that it's the bar mitzvah. Is that how you say it?
Yeah. Bar mitzvah, yes.
Yeah, it's when the Jewish boys, when they're about 13, coming of age and things like that. I knew about it, but I didn't really know what it was and things like that. So yeah.
I think it is important to know about other religions and faiths because I've been brought up as a strong Christian. So it's all about exposing myself to different things so I know what I believe and I'm more secure later in life.
Well, I learned a bit about other people, I guess, about what kind of people they are, really.
It's really a good start, I think. It's only one session, but I've already learnt a lot about other people's.
Okay.
We all have different faiths and we all live different ways. At the end of the day, we're growing up in the same westernized society and we all have the same problems and things going on.
Yeah, I'm surrounded by people of all different religions every day of my life, basically. But I never really have the chance to actually get to know them and speak to them and find out what they really believe and what their faith is. So it was really nice to just get in there with people that are my age, same kind of hobbies and stuff we like to do, and just speak to them about the same kind of stuff. And just seeing similarities is amazing. Yeah, it's great.
There's one girl who goes to the Minaret College, but she doesn't wear her headscarf and long skirt all the time. She wears her headscarf differently in public.
I'm really glad I've done it and I'm really looking forward to the next session.
I feel a bit privileged to anticipate building the bridge where I can learn other cultures so we can be more unity in the future.
I learned a lot about other religions as in Mount Scopus it's only Jewish schools, so we're sort of trapped in a bubble because we only interact with other Jews, and it was very great to sort of learn about other people's cultures and what they really do, and it's just great because we're sort of the same person.
Yeah, it's just a wonderful event.
Yeah, I really liked my group. I was a bit scared at the start. They were all boys, but yeah, they seem really passionate about their faiths and all very different and really interested in finding out about each other. And yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. I'm really excited because I barely even said anything the whole time, so they seem really interested in finding out more. Yeah.
My group was really open and they were really happy to share about themselves and it was really good to get to know everyone. So I feel like after the end of the group, we all knew each other really well. So hopefully we'll continue to build up on that relationship in the future group sessions.
My group gelled really well together. They were all really happy to have a laugh together. They were really comfortable talking to each other and we all just really enjoyed each other's company.
I suppose I felt like I had something to contribute as well, and that they were actually interested in listening to me, even though I'm quite a bit older than them. And yeah, I feel like I've already found out a lot, and I've got heaps more questions now. And yeah, and then looking more into what I believe, why I believe what I do, I suppose.
As a facilitator, it was really interesting to hear all of the girls talk about their lives and then actually be interested in turn in my answers to the same questions that they were answering. They actually, wanted to know what I had to say, and they also, I really enjoyed watching them all interact with each other because they really, really wanted to speak to each other. They really, really wanted to learn about each other. They weren't just sort of, waiting for their turn to talk. They really were listening.
Well, as a student participant, I really enjoyed the program. I did it in year 10 and again in year 11, and now I'm back again at the first opportunity to facilitate. So I really enjoyed the experience. I felt that I got to learn a lot about other people's religions and cultures, and not just like learning something from a textbook. I really appreciated the personal perspective that I gained from the program, and just building so many close friendships and close relationships with other people, and that's probably the main thing. And not only learning about other people's religions, but also delving deeper into my own faith and sort of realizing why I'm doing such practices that I sort of do every single day, and I've sort of fallen into a routine of doing things, and it's really refreshing to be able to sort of recognize why I'm doing them and the reasons behind it. So it gives another depth, another dimension to my faith. So.
Building bridges, I feel it's not a one-way relationship. I feel that I gain as much from the program as the students do. So especially last year when I came here, the students would be asking so many different questions, and I'd find myself learning about other religions. I'd find myself learning about my own religion. I find myself just learning about, the different cultures, the different ways we live, and I just find it amazing to see how diverse and how connected we all are. So, yeah, that's why I came back.
So in the future, we're not quite sure where things are going to be going with this program. We're hoping to get into some of the state schools. We're hoping to go into schools, maybe use our particular model of interfaith dialogue into schools that have a range of different faith backgrounds within the school itself, rather than going just to schools that are based on a particular faith background. So that maybe that's an area we'll go, but at the moment we are overloaded in a sense in some regions, and welcoming other schools in other regions, but it's just been an amazing program to be part of.